Every oil tells a story. Some cleanse, some soften, some heal. The secret of the perfect bar lies not in magic, but in balance. Welcome to the formula of balance. In soap making, balance is everything. Too much cleansing power and your skin is stripped. Too much conditioning and your bar may never harden. Like an alchemist scale, each oil carries weight in this equation. Each oil serves a purpose in the formulation. Olive oil brings a gentle, silky lather, a cleanser for the everyday ritual. Coconut oil provides deep cleansing, lifting oils and impurities from the skin. Shea and cocoa butter lend richness, helping moisturizers stay behind. And castor oil enhances lather, a little potion for bubbles and cream. Hardness, lather, conditioning, and cleansing. These are the 4 pillars of soap balance. So as we've talked about before, this is our likehealth.com. We can select our oils from over here on the left. I've chosen the 4 oils we've already talked about: coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, castor seed oil, so that we can understand how these oils can change the 4 pillars of soap. I'm going to leave the superfat at 0, and we're going to watch these bar graphs fill in and change as we change the amount of each of these oils in the formula. So first, let's start with equal amounts. Let's just do 5 ounces each of the coconut, olive oil, shea butter, and castor seed oil. Now you want to remember, you generally don't want to go over 5% of castor seed oil. It just tends to make the bar too soft, but we'll watch that in these bars. So these green bars have now populated here. So right now we're starting with a hardness of 35, cleansing of almost 17, a conditioning of 61, bubbly 39, creamy 41, and longevity of almost 18. And that's with equal portions of each 4 of these oils. Now, let's increase coconut oil to double of what all the other oils are. As you can see, my hardness went up. You can see this is kind of getting in the red zone here, and they kind of show you the ideal mark. Doesn't necessarily mean you will create a bad bar, but you will see as you experiment with different formulas. So you can see this changed a bit now. My conditioning has come down because my cleansing has gone up. My bar has gotten harder. And you'll always notice that your cleansing will go up, as will your bubbly. Because the more bubbles you have, the stronger the cleansing action is, because the bubbles is what carries the oil away and the dirt away from the skin. So now let's drop that castor seed oil down, and you're going to watch the bubbly and the cleansing come down. But you see all the hardness go up because, of course, some of our liquid oil is going away. So now we have a nice hardness here. The cleansing is pretty high. So let's say we want to add in some more conditioning. You can generally do that with either an olive oil or a shea butter. So watch these bars as I adjust this. So the cleansing is coming down. So is the hardness. The bubbles are coming down, but the conditioning is going up. You can see the same thing happen with the shea butter. So now we're going to look at the same formula, but we're going to talk about superfatting, which is the art of leaving a little oil behind. So this is by reserving anywhere from 3 to 10% of your oils, which would be unsaponified. You create a bar that not only cleanses, but comforts. So that's what we're going to look down here. So let's say we raise this bar, and I want you to pay attention to this over here, these bars, right? So I'm going to slowly adjust the superfat. So I'm up to 5%. You notice the bars did not change. Let's go up all the way to 10. And again, the bars did not change. Now, why is that? So the superfat is not necessarily going to change anything about this bar, because this entire calculator deals with how the fatty acids, the oils, are combining with the live water. When I have extra oil, that chemical reaction is not going to happen, so none of this here will necessarily change. It will simply be additional oils left over from what actually did get saponified and turned into soap. So as you cleanse the skin, some of that oil can be left behind to create more of a moisturizing effect that's less stripping.
Different purposes call for different balances. The alchemist's hand must match intention to formula. So take a look at these 3 soaps I've made. So if you look starting at the top at the cleansing levels, they all vary slightly. And then you can go down to each of the other 4 pillars we talked about. So each formula is based on what you'd like it to do for the skin. For wound cleansing, a high clarity bar made with coconut oil and maybe a little castor oil offers a strong cleansing and quick rinse. The reason this would be used for wound cleansing is because high coconut oil and a little bit of castor oil creates a lot of bubbles. So you're going to end up seeing bars high 50s, high 60s range, which is going to completely clean whatever you're washing, and set that at a 0% superfat. So that way it leaves no residue whatsoever behind, because we don't want any heavy oils trapping anything in a wound. So we'd want to use a heavy cleansing bar for wounds. For everyday cleansing, seek harmony. So olive oil, coconut, and shea with maybe a 5% superfat is gentle enough for daily use but effective at removing dirt. So this would be anything you'd use every single day for a general soap bar. For sensitive or dry skin, reduce the coconut, increase the olive and avocado oils, and add colloidal oatmeal or maybe a milk at this point. The result is a soft, soothing bar that cleanses without taking too much. And for moisturizing luxury, use shea butter, cocoa butter, and a high superfat, anywhere from 8 to 10%. This is the kind of bar that feels like it belongs to a ritual, not a routine. So make sure you formulate for function, because every ingredient has intent. No formula is final. Each batch is a test, a dialogue between chemistry and craft. Record every ratio, every reaction, every scent. Over time, you'll find your perfect balance, your signature bar. In every formula lies intention. In every ratio, a reflection of need, of care, of art. Thank you for joining Soap Theory X, the formula of balance. Continue your study within Soap Theory X, where creation becomes chemistry and every bar tells a story.